Good everyone, my name is Graphics. If you look at the front of the screen, you see a question that is related to multiple integral. But in this video, we're looking at double integral, unlike our previous video where we talked about triple integral. Now we have two integral signs here, which are definite. Why am I calling saying they're definite? Because of we have limits, both upper limit and lower limit. For the first integral that is closer to 30x squared dy dx, it has a limit of 2x to x squared. And the other integral has a limit of 2 to 3. And we are to integrate the 30x squared that we have there with respect to dy dx. Like I said earlier, we will start from the inside out. Now that means I am focusing on the integral of 2x to x squared of 30x squared dy. Right? This is what we are focusing on. Now when I integrate, let me bring this down. This is my integral sign moving from 2 to 3. So I want to integrate the first time. Now if you integrate, we're integrating with respect to y, meaning that 30 and x squared is a constant. So let me do it side here. So if I integrate my 30x squared with respect to y, it means that there's a silent one that is close to 30x squared. Now since we are integrating with respect to y, I'm going to take 30x squared out of the integral sign. So I'll be left with that 1 inside. Right? So because it is the y, we are going to say that my 1 is same as writing y raised to power 0, because y raised to power 0 is still 1. Right? So if we now integrate, you are going to add 1 to the power and you divide by the power. And what is the power here? The power is 0. So add 1 to 0 and divide it by 0 plus 1. That is the law of integration. So by the time you do that, we'll now be having 30x squared. Then we have y raised to power 0 plus 1 is 1 all over 1, which means you are saying y, because anything raised to power 1 is that thing, and anything divided by 1 is also that thing. So what is the anything here? The anything here is y. So y raised to power 1 is y, and y divided by 1 is still y. So we are left with y here. So multiplying the y with the 30x squared will give us 30x squared y. So I'm going to put it here, right, with a limit of 2x to x squared. Don't forget about your dx. Now this limit is telling us we put it into two places, right? Just for simplicity's sake and to enhance your understanding, we put it into two places. The first one is for the upper limit, the second one is for the lower limit, meaning anywhere you see y in the first one, you put the upper limit, which is x squared, and anywhere you see y in the second one, you put the lower limit, which is 2x. So by the time I do that, I'll be having 30x squared. Then instead of writing y, I'm going to write another x squared, which is the upper limit, minus 30x squared. Instead of me writing y, I'll put the lower limit, which is 2x. By the time you do the needful, we are going to be having x squared times x squared is x to the power of 4. So we're having 30x4 minus x squared, 30x squared, multiply 30 by the 2, we're having 60, multiply x squared times x, we'll be having x cubed, right? Now this is what we have here. Then don't forget about your dx. Are we together? Now we move forward. So this is what we have here. We will now integrate again, but this time not with respect to y, but with respect to x, because we're having dx there. That's what it means. When you say dx, it means integrate with respect to x. Now this is easier because every function we have in here, all the variable we have here is related to x. So let's see for the first one. Now that means if I have 30, if I'm integrating it, I'm going to add 1 to the power of x and I'll divide by the power of x. So it will have to be 30x 4 plus 1, which is 5, all over 4 plus 1, which is also 5. So we have 30x 5 over 5 minus integrating 60x cube is that you write down your 60x cube, then add 1 to the power, which is 3 plus 1 all over the power, which is also 3 plus 1. That is 60x4 all over what? All over 4. Are we together? So by the time you do that and you break this further, don't forget about the limit, which is 2 to 3. Now by the time you have done that, now if you recall that your 5 can divide 30 and your 4 can divide 60. So 5 in 30 is 6 times, so we have 6x5. Minus 4 in 60 is 15 times, so we have 15x4. Don't forget the limit, 2 to 3. Now, because we have the limit upper and lower, you put this function, this relation in two places. Now, this is what we have. The first one is for the upper limit, and the second one is for the lower limit. So in the first one, anywhere you see x, you put 3, which is the upper limit, and for the second one, anywhere you see x, you put 2, which is the lower limit. So we're having 6, so I'm writing x, I'll put 3, which is the upper limit, to the power of 5, minus 15, so I'm writing x, I'll put 3 again, which is the upper limit, to the power of 4. That is for the upper limit. Then for the lower limit, we put in anywhere you see x, we put 2. So we have, that is for the other side, the right hand side. So we have 6 into bracket 2 to the power of 5, which is 2 is the lower limit there, minus 5 to the multiplied by 2 to the power of 4. By the time you do the needful, we'll be having 6 multiplied by 3 to the power of 5 is 243, minus 3 to the power of 4 is 81, so 15 times 81, minus 2 raised to the power of 5 is 32, we have 6 there, minus 2 raised to the power of 4 is 16, so this is what we have here, right? By the time you multiply 6 times 2 for 3, we have 1458, minus, by the time you multiply 15 times 81, we have 1215, we close the bracket, minus, we go to the other one again, 6 times 32, we have 192, minus 15 times 16, we have 240. By the time you move further a little bit again, 1458 minus 1215 will give us 243, minus the other side we have 192 minus 240 will give us minus 48. Now minus times minus is plus, so we're having 243 plus 48. So my answer here will be 291 units. Start taking now. So this is how we actually integrate this kind of double integral sign. So if you have found this video helpful, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also share the video. Thanks for watching.